Today's episode is about a topic that is often judged before it is truly understood: the one-night stand. For some people, it is exciting. For some, it is confusing. For some, it becomes a beautiful memory. For some, it becomes regret. For some, it becomes the beginning of a relationship. And for some, it becomes a reminder that physical closeness without emotional safety can leave you feeling unexpectedly empty. So today, let us explore the psychology of a one-night stand. Not with moral panic, not with vulgarity, not with fantasy, not with shame, but with maturity. Why do people choose a one-night stand? Can it lead to long-term love? Can it simply be a fun, passionate night between consenting adults? Is it emotionally safe? Is it physically safe? Why do men and women sometimes experience it differently? How do older generations see it? How do younger generations see it? Is it more common in Western countries than in Asia? And most importantly, before someone chooses casual intimacy, what should they honestly understand about themselves? Today's episode is called, "Can a One-Night Stand Become Real Love?" The psychology of casual intimacy. Let us begin with today's situation. A man writes, "I met someone at an event. We had strong chemistry. We talked, laughed, and felt an instant attraction. Neither of us was looking for a serious relationship at the time. We were both adults, both single, and both clear that it was casual. But afterward, I felt confused. Part of me thought, it was just one night. Why am I thinking about it so much? Another part of me wondered, could this become something more? I do not know whether one-night stands are emotionally healthy, risky, normal, or just a modern dating trend. Can something casual become love? Or should people keep it as a one-time experience? This question is more common than people admit. Because a one-night stand is not just a physical event. It is a psychological event. It can involve attraction, curiosity, novelty, loneliness, confidence, impulse, freedom, vulnerability, alcohol, party culture, dating app, fatigue, heartbreak, emotional avoidance, or genuine mutual desire. Sometimes it is light and clear. Sometimes it is messy. Sometimes both people understand it as casual. Sometimes one person secretly hopes for more. Sometimes one person wakes up feeling free. Sometimes the other wakes up feeling used. The same event can mean very different things to different people. That is why the psychology matters. First, what is a one-night stand? In simple terms, it is a brief, intimate encounter between adults who do not expect an ongoing committed relationship. It is usually spontaneous or short-term. It may happen after meeting at a party, through friends, while traveling, through a dating app, at a social event, or after strong mutual attraction. But psychologically, a one-night stand is not the same thing for everyone. For one person, it may mean, I wanted fun. For another, I wanted to feel desired. For another, I was lonely. For another, I wanted to move on from someone. For another, I was curious. For another, I thought I could handle casual, but I became emotionally attached. For another, I wanted connection without commitment. The behavior may look the same, but the emotional motive can be completely different. Now, let us talk about why people choose one-night stands. Reason 1. Novelty. Human beings are drawn to novelty. New faces, new energy, new attention, new chemistry, new possibility. A new person can feel exciting because they do not yet come with daily responsibilities, history, conflict, disappointment, bills, family expectations, or routine. They are not yet real life. They are possibility, and possibility can be intoxicating. This is why a one-night encounter can feel more intense than a stable relationship. Not because it is deeper, but because it is new. The brain often responds strongly to novelty. But novelty is not the same as compatibility. A spark in one night does not automatically mean two people can build a life together. Reason 2. Validation. Some people choose casual intimacy because they want to feel attractive, desired, chosen, powerful, alive, seen. After a breakup, rejection, divorce, loneliness, or a long period without affection, being wanted can feel emotionally intense. The person may not be looking for love. They may be looking for proof. Proof that they are still desirable. Proof that they still have confidence. Proof that someone wants them. This is understandable, but it can also become risky if validation becomes the main emotional fuel. Because if your self-worth depends on being desired for one night, the high can fade quickly. You may feel wanted in the moment, then empty afterward. Reason 3. Freedom from commitment. Some people do not want a relationship at a particular stage of life. They may be focused on career, recovering from heartbreak, traveling, exploring identity, avoiding marriage pressure, enjoying independence, not emotionally available, or simply not interested in commitment. For them, a one-night encounter may feel honest. If both people are clear and consenting, they may think, I want closeness, but not a relationship. That can be valid for some adults, but clarity matters. Casual intimacy becomes painful when one person says casual, but secretly hopes commitment will appear. Reason 4. Avoidance of emotional vulnerability. Some people use casual intimacy to avoid the deeper risk of being truly known. A serious relationship requires emotional exposure, communication, accountability, consistency, repair, trust, patience. Casual encounters may feel easier because they demand less emotional work. You can be desired without being deeply known. You can have intensity without vulnerability. You can leave before real intimacy begins. For avoidant people, this may feel safe, but it may also keep them from learning how to build deeper connection. Reason 5. Loneliness. Loneliness is one of the most underestimated drivers. A person may not want a relationship, but they also do not want to feel invisible. They want warmth, touch, attention, human presence, a reminder that they are not alone. But loneliness can make people accept situations that do not truly nourish them. The question is, am I choosing this because I genuinely want it? Or because I cannot tolerate loneliness tonight? That difference matters. Reason 6. Alcohol, party culture, and reduced judgment. Many one-night encounters happen in nightlife or party settings. That does not make them automatically wrong. But it does increase risk if judgment, consent, memory, or boundaries become unclear. A healthy adult decision requires clear consent, clear awareness, and freedom from pressure. If someone is not able to clearly choose, then the situation is not emotionally or ethically safe. This is one of the most important points in the entire episode. Consent is not a technicality. Consent is the foundation. Now, can a one-night stand lead to a long-term relationship? Yes, sometimes. A relationship can begin in many ways. Some couples start as friends. Some begin through family introductions. Some begin through dating apps. Some begin through work. Some begin through travel. Some begin through physical chemistry. Some begin casually and later become serious. A one-night encounter does not automatically prevent love, but it also does not guarantee it. The problem is when people confuse possibility with probability. Could it become a relationship? Yes. Should you assume it will? No. If two people want something more, they need to move from chemistry to communication. They need to ask, do we actually like each other outside that one night? Do we share values? Do we want the same kind of relationship? Are we emotionally available? Are we respectful? Can we communicate clearly? Are we willing to see each other in ordinary life? Because passion can open the door, but character decides whether a relationship can walk through it. Now, can a one-night stand simply be enjoyable and stay casual? For some adults, yes. Some people are able to separate casual intimacy from long-term expectations. They may enjoy the experience, feel respected, and move on without emotional distress. For them, the experience may feel fun, spontaneous, and mutual. But for others, it is not so simple. They may feel attached afterward. They may feel anxious. They may feel used. They may replay the night in their mind. They may wait for a message. They may wonder what it meant. They may regret it. They may feel judged. They may feel emotionally exposed. So the real question is not only, is a one-night stand good or bad? The better question is, what kind of person am I emotionally after casual intimacy? Some people feel light. Some people feel bonded. Some people feel confused. Some people feel regret. Some people feel empowered. Some people feel lonely. Knowing yourself matters. Now, let us talk about the impact on women. Women's experiences are not all the same. Some women choose casual intimacy freely and feel positive about it. They may feel empowered, curious, independent, and comfortable with their decision. But many women also face a different social and emotional reality. Women may worry more about safety. Will this person respect boundaries? Will they become aggressive if rejected? Will they pressure for more? Will they respect privacy? Will they gossip? Will society judge me more harshly than it judges men? This is the gender double standard. In many cultures, a man may be praised for casual encounters, while a woman may be shamed for the same behavior. That double standard can shape the emotional outcome. A woman may regret the experience not because it was inherently terrible, but because afterward she feels judged, unsafe, disrespected, or unsupported. Women may also be more likely to evaluate the experience through emotional context. Did I feel respected? Did I feel safe? Did I feel cared for? Did I feel pressured? Did I feel seen as a whole person? Did the other person communicate honestly afterward? These questions can determine whether the experience feels positive or painful. Now, let us talk about the impact on men. Men are also not all the same. Some men may see a one-night encounter as fun, exciting, and low pressure. Some may feel confident afterward. Some may feel validated. Some may feel emotionally unaffected. But men can also experience loneliness, regret, confusion, shame, performance pressure, and emotional emptiness. The difference is that men may be less encouraged to admit emotional vulnerability. Society often tells men, you should enjoy it. You should not feel attached. You should not care. You should always want casual intimacy. But that is not true for every man. Some men bond quickly. Some men feel guilty. Some men feel disappointed afterward. Some men realize they wanted affection more than casual passion. Some men use one-night encounters to avoid deeper emotional pain. Men may regret the person, the timing, the circumstances, or the way they behaved. So while research often shows men reporting less regret than women on average, that does not mean men have no emotional response. It means men may process and report it differently. Now, let us talk about the psychology of regret. Regret after a one-night stand often comes from mismatch. Mismatch of expectations, mismatch of desire, mismatch of values, mismatch of safety, mismatch of meaning. One person thought, this is just casual. The other thought, maybe this means something. One person wanted fun. The other wanted emotional closeness. One person felt respected. The other felt used. One person moved on easily. The other waited for connection. This is why communication matters. Before casual intimacy, adults need emotional honesty, not a contract, not a long interrogation, but enough clarity to avoid deception. If you know you want a relationship, do not pretend you are comfortable with casual. If you know you only want casual, do not create false hope. If you are unsure, be honest. Ambiguity may feel exciting in the moment, but it can become painful afterward. Now, is it safe or dangerous? It can be either, depending on the situation. A one-night encounter can be relatively safe when both adults are consenting, aware, respectful, healthy, private, honest, and clear about boundaries. It becomes dangerous when there is pressure, intoxication, secrecy, dishonesty, an unsafe location, a power imbalance, manipulation, lack of protection, lack of consent, or fear. The risks are not only emotional, there are also physical health risks. There can be sexually transmitted infections, unplanned pregnancy, safety concerns, privacy risks, emotional distress, social consequences, digital risks if someone shares private information or images, reputation concerns in conservative communities, and the possibility that one person may not respect boundaries afterward. This is why casual does not mean careless. If anything, casual intimacy requires more clarity because there is less relationship structure to protect both people. Now, let us talk about society. How do older generations see one-night stands? In many cultures, older generations view them negatively. They may see them as irresponsible, immoral, unsafe, disrespectful, against family values, against religious values, against marriage culture. Especially in traditional societies, sexuality is often expected to be connected to commitment, marriage, family, or long-term responsibility. For older generations, casual intimacy may feel like a breakdown of values, but younger generations often see things differently. Many young adults see dating as exploration. They may delay marriage, prioritize career, move cities, use dating apps, question old rules, value personal freedom, separate intimacy from marriage, or want to understand themselves before committing. But even younger generations are not one group. Some are very open to casual intimacy, some are not. Some are turning away from hookup culture because they feel emotionally exhausted. Some want meaningful connection again. Some are tired of dating apps. Some want emotional safety over spontaneity. So the generational shift is not as simple as old people conservative, young people casual. It is more complicated than that. The new generation may be more open in language, but many are also more anxious, lonely, and intentional about emotional safety. Now, is casual intimacy more common in Asia or Western countries? Generally, Western countries tend to report more open public attitudes toward casual sex, especially in parts of Europe, North America, Australia, and some urban liberal cultures. Asian societies are diverse. Japan is not the same as India. India is not the same as Thailand. Thailand is not the same as the Philippines. The Philippines is not the same as South Korea. Singapore is not the same as Indonesia.